On the way up, Atlanta has taught me so many things about myself. Trying to make it perfect almost made me lose myself. But just like everything in life, everything happens for a reason. The production and also being a cast member of the show made me look at myself in the mirror. With everything else that's going on in my life and trying to make this show perfect, it caused a lot of stress, and I had thoughts of committing suicide. I woke up this morning. It's been kind of rough for the last couple of months for me, financially, or just mentally drained, tired. But this past weekend, got some great knowledge about filmmaking and things like that. Last night, stayed up till 3, almost finished with traces on my lipstick. Woke up this morning, ready to work. Checked my school stuff so I can buy my books for next semester. And I didn't have any money available to buy my books. So I'm just like, what's going on? So I called the school, and they basically said that I don't have the GPA to get financial aid. My GPA was a 2.67. You have to have a 3.0 to remain in the master's program. So they dropped my financial aid. My car has been in and out of the shop. It's in the shop now with about $3,000 worth of work. I had already put a lot of money into the truck.
I didn't put the gun on that. That shit is loose. Look, this one is loose too.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Whoever did his rotation could have got him fucked up.
My dog got stung by a whole bunch of bees, which cost over $1,000. Payments with the show, just everything. So this morning, when the whole school thing happened, because I worked so hard to get those grades, the C and the B, I was actually happy. Like Jalita can tell you that I was so stressed because it was a lot. It was really a lot. But today I decided that, well, this morning after I got that information, I decided that I didn't want to live anymore.
Watching the scene of On the Way Up, and when my brother stated that he wanted to kill himself, that made me feel like I can talk to everybody else, but why can't I talk to my siblings about their problems? And just seeing him in so much pain, and it was something I could do, but I didn't know what to do.
Looking from the outside, looks like, oh, he has everything. He's chasing his dream, and he's, doing what he wants to do, and he, all the posts on Instagram and Facebook. But today, I didn't want to live anymore. So I called my friend and I said, if I die, make sure that my mom knows that it's not suicide, because I wouldn't want my mama to know that I killed myself. It's just sometimes being just trying to be the one to make it, and I have so many people depending on me, not financially, but just I have so many people. The show, my nephew, my family, and sometimes it's just so hard. Sometimes I don't even know how I keep going. Keep going.
The first time Devonta said he wanted to kill himself, yes, I was very concerned because I was like, you know, nobody should want to give up on life. So it was kind of heartbreaking to me, you know, to know that he had all of this talent and all of these goals, but in the split of a moment, if things are not going right, in his mind, that his first thing was to self-harm.
So I got up this morning and I started driving, and I was gonna run this truck off the road, but something stopped me.
As far as I know, no actions behind it, no ideology. I think that's what it's called, suicidal ideology. It was just a thought. And oftentimes people who say they want to kill themselves, in my opinion, aren't wanting to kill themselves because we're the closest thing to God that we have. They want to separate themselves from the problem.
And it just always seems like it's something. It's always 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 something. It's always, always, always. So it's like, why? Why keep going? Why? We're gonna die anyway.
The first time Devonta shared with me that he was having some thoughts of suicide, it was sad and it was touching, you know, and my heart went out to him, and it just made me feel bad that he was really in that much pain that he was considering taking his own life. So it was not a good feeling at all. As a friend, I felt, you know, compassion for him, but also concerned that it got that bad that he would actually consider that.
And then I get a text from my sister, and she said that she was so proud of me, and she loved me, and she don't even know what I feel right now, but I really needed that. I really needed that.
Every end of the year, I try to send like this motivational text message or something. I try to do something like that, and seeing that made him stop what he was going to do to himself. It really made me happy to see that I could help.
I'm just tired, and I know that God has a plan for my life, and I know that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to work out. But sometimes it's just, you feel like it's 100 ton of pounds on your shoulder. You can't move and you can't breathe, you know. But I just really just wanted to be transparent with you guys. It's a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of things that people go through, and hopefully that my story one day can help somebody. Hopefully, because that's all I want to do is help people. That's all I want to do, help people.
So I would never make light of suicide. Obviously, it's a serious subject, right? But when you have someone that has told you that more than once they tried to kill themselves or they thought about it, to me, after a while, it's kind of like the little boy who cried wolf, because we all know that suicide, there are definitely some surefire ways, like if you really, really wanted to die, to kill yourself. So I feel like more so than wanting to die, Devonta just wanted a break. He wanted relief from all the stress and overwhelming things. He has a lot going on in his personal life, trying to manage a full-time job along with his passion for the arts. So I feel like it was just a cry for help, honestly, that he didn't want to die. He still got too much shit to do. He don't want to die. He just needed help. I think that's what it was.
To me, his real problem is that his past. I feel like his past and a part of his upbringing, it holds on to him more than anything. Even though he has the will to want to shake it, but it's like, it's just, he's been conditioned a certain way, and it's hard for him to grow. And I feel like he's stagnated a lot in his past, and it has a hold on him. But I constantly see him try to get out of those entanglements and try hard to be more positive and think in a way to where he has clarity and he doesn't care about other people's opinions. So that opinions and his past, I would say it boils down to being some of his biggest issues.
The cause of suicide is even a real thing. Because again, I don't believe people want to kill themselves. They want to kill the problem. So what is Devonta's real problem? Just adulting without having anyone to relate directly to his specific problems, maybe.
Baby, last season ain't got nothing on season 2. Let's go.
Let's not respect people's time too. Let's talk about respect. Talk about respect.
Look, Devonta all out there with his titty out.
Where the titty out?
Titty out.
Like Trey. I bet you have because you're fake.
Hey Mark, this is Trey calling. Go ahead and leave. You leaving? Yeah. The concert just was kind of like all over the place. I don't know if you're trying to use Black Lives Matter as a platform to get your music out there. I'm the type of person, if you say it, you need to say it to their face.
Nobody has any personal vendetta. I was just saying there was no excuse for that situation that occurred.
I do not want to lose our friendship over no BS. Like, for real.
Are you serious? Like, I really ain't even got time for this. Nor is it that big of a deal. Because again, baby, if you broke, just say that.
So, I'm in the hospital. I'm about to have surgery. I have to get my appendix taken out. I just started a new job yesterday. My stomach was hurting all day today at work. My nose was bleeding, has been bleeding for the last 2 weeks.
Spoke to the surgeon. When they have a bed available, you'll be transported by ambulance over to Emory St. Joseph's.
Okay.
And then he'll come see you, discuss the surgery, and then the time that they'll remove it.
Okay.
Okay. Chances are it's going to be removed sometime today, but I can't tell you what time today.
To know that, he's lost the office, now he has to get his appendix taken out. It's just like, I'm worried about his mental state, because I know when he gets over to that dark side and he feels like, it's no other option, that's when, the situations of him maybe not caring so much about living comes up. So I'm just hopeful that, I can be a supportive friend and help him through these hard times and just continue to give him encouraging words and tell him that he's gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You have to make it. You have no other choice but to make it.
So surgery went very well. Dr. Zaprinsky told me everything was very smooth. The appendix came out very nicely. There was no pus or anything like that, so that's great. And your nausea is better?
Yeah, this is better.
Perfect, very good.
Well, how's your mood then?
I don't know. It's I don't know. I have not been in a happy mood. But
yeah, because you had the business and all that stuff finalized with you and your partner and all that.
No, she decided that she didn't want to do business. I'm moving out of the office by this weekend. I have to find the storage for my stuff. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Devonta has a way of having great ideas that, he can make you excited about things. And it just randomly happened one day. He called like, what you think about this office? It only costs this much a month. And if we split it, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So we ended up becoming business partners. I was already working with him pretty closely on the way up. But then we got an office together. We grew out of the first space in about 2 weeks. I think it was, we decided like this shit is not big enough. Then we went to another space, which was a little bigger. And at the time, the pandemic had hit. I started working from home for my grown-up job. So I was more at home anyway. So Devonta, you know, kind of had the office to himself. And sometimes I would even forget that we shared an office until he would call me and be like, you know, it's time to pay rent. Like, I paid my rent. Then I'm like, oh, the office rent. So it was like, it kind of came to be. I loved it, you know what I mean, when I was there. So my decision to move out of the office or change the dynamic of the relationship Devonta and I had as far as being business partners, it didn't come easy. And it was something that I thought about for a long time, actually, before I actually had the talk with him.
When G told me her reasons for, you know, not necessarily moving out of the office, but not, you know, want to be partner in, you know, On the Way Up Entertainment, it kind of made me re-look at myself again, like, damn, Devonta, here you go again. You're running people off, and then, you know, I was thinking that I was going to lose my friend.
So as we all know, Devonta has a lot going on in his life. He's overwhelmed all the time by things, finances, projects, people dropping the ball. He had car issues all the time going on. So I didn't want to add on to that by me being really the only person at that time that was helping him with On the Way Up. I felt like an obligation. So out of the kindness of my heart or the compassion that I have for him as a friend, I didn't want to add to that. But at the same time, it was adding more stress onto me because I wanted to be helpful. I want to be supportive, but there were plenty of times where I felt like, although I was helping, I'm sure he appreciated me, I felt kind of criticized or like I wasn't good enough, or the help that I offered, he could do better, or he, you know what I mean? It just started kind of affecting my self-esteem a little bit.
Devonta is a very, very, very talented man. So what I see with Devonta is that because he was a one-man show for so long, it's hard for him to take criticism. And although I would say all of us are alphas in what we do, and he's such an alpha, and he was an alpha in so many areas that it's hard for him to take constructive criticism from someone like myself, someone like Jalita.
And the more we worked together, the more I realized I wasn't being able to fulfill the things I was passionate about. You know, sure, he would always say, we're gonna work on your project next. But if I wasn't ready in 3 days, he had 6 more ideas of his other projects. And now the show got to come out, and it's almost 7 o'clock and the video's not rendered yet. So I felt an immense pressure at times.
I have so many ideas, and I'll throw my ideas out real quick. You might get 10 ideas in 2 days. So that can be overwhelming for somebody who's trying to do their own thing. So I just think that she just needed to possibly just figure out what she needed to do and do her own thing.
This one thing that does frustrate me, like, one thing about Devonta, he gonna get his shit done, like no matter what. But if it's your stuff, he's not gonna put your stuff over his stuff. That's just the honest to God truth. Like, he's not gonna do that. So sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I be pissed the fuck off at him, mad, like, nigga, come on, I'm always helping you. I need your help. Like, come and help me. But at the end of the day, it also caused me to push and go and realize that ain't nobody gonna go as hard for your dreams as you are. And that's how he is. Nobody is gonna go so hard about production of On the Way Up and all of these other things that he's doing like he is. So he puts his business first. So it's teaching me, jump out there.
So I'm glad I had the courage to be honest with Devonta, and he was open to it, even though I knew that leaving the office, moving out, was something way more major for him than it was for me, because like I said, I was working from home. I'm able to edit from there. It's comfortable. I don't really have anybody there with me, where he had a whole family, a household that, you know, he had very limited space, privacy. So I knew it was going to be devastating for him in a way because he didn't have that outlet. So my heart went out to him for that, but I really had to think about myself.
Are you able to find that, you know, you could have a lot going on and then, you know, you kind of talk through it, but you're able to see some light, you know?
I was until last week. I got sick and then messed up my money, and then I couldn't Uber this weekend. I couldn't go back to work. I couldn't work today. I can't work tomorrow. So, and bills still got to be paid. My car notes still got to be paid, but I can't do nothing. So, it's just like everything is just on pause, and now I gotta work even extra hard to get even caught up. So, the 1st is next week. So, rent is due again, and it's just a lot of stuff.
So Mr. Devonta always has these woe is me financial crisis, like, oh, I don't have money for this, and oh, I got my overdraft, and oh, I gotta pay for this, gotta pay for that. What the fucking do? Like, we all got bills, we all got overdrafts. Well, maybe not everybody. I know I'll be having my share of insufficient funds. So I really don't want to hear this every other day about what you can't pay. I can't help you pay the shit. I need help paying my stuff. So what I think Devonta could use is a real dose of the law of attraction and how it really works. I feel like he needs to better understand he is the reason he's having these financial problems. Not just because maybe he might be financially irresponsible here and there, but I will say this, that man know where to go get some money from, because he done gave me some great ideas on how to go into debt. So thank you, Devonta. But I feel like if you get out of the whole, I don't have enough, I'm always broke, I don't have enough, you're gonna consistently get that result. So I would love to see Devonta have more of a gratitude perspective when it comes to finances, because it's all about what you believe. So if you believe you got all these overdrafts and you never have enough, you never will. So change your attitude, bruh. You'll change your finances.
We all are not where we want to be financially, but we all have made the choice to, hey, we gonna thug it out, we gonna grind it out, we gonna get to this, and we might have to, you know, suffer a little bit, but we'll be fine because we got a mission, and we on a mission, and we know this is a part of our journey, and we just have to, you know, enjoy it. I've been homeless, I lost jobs and all that kind of stuff, so him talking about his finances, yes, I hear him. I'll just let him talk it out, because at the end of the day, I know the man ain't gonna give up. Like, he gonna keep going. He just gotta get this off his chest.
Weighing 376 pounds is shocking, and I'm comfortable with saying it. It was almost like we didn't talk about it or anything like that.
My bros!
I wanted to blame my parents, really, especially my mother. I know why, you know, how I got here, but I guess I'm just upset that I didn't get here sooner.
So it's really up to you to take advantage of your journey for yourself.
I promise, as long as I have breath in my body, I will not ever get back this large again. It's a little embarrassing. It's very emotional, very, very emotional.
This is something you pray for, that she find this within herself to do for herself.
I was smoking and I was overweight, and I didn't know that my dad was not going to be here anymore, but it makes me feel better that he's more proud than anything, that I've decided to take control of my life.
You've been excited to tell your story?
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all, I have one of the best therapists that I have ever had. She's just amazing. She, you know, she tries to help. She act like she cares. Let me not say she act like she cares. She really cares. I feel that she really cares, and it just feels good to be able to talk to her, to just take a load off and just not being judged, not feel like I'm being judged, and I can just talk about anything with her.
But there are some things that are going well, and sometimes it's important to pull those things out to give you strength. Sometimes it feels like it's doom or gloom, but there are some positive things happening. Devonta? I've been waiting for you to get honest with me.
But I've come to realize that I've always been an emotional child growing up, emotional adult, teenager. So that's just who I am. I can remember being 3 years old, 3 or 4. My mother's car got hit by somebody, and my mother was crying. I was crying as well, and then I was crying later that night, and my cousin Nicole was like, I don't know why he's crying, I don't know why he's crying. And in my head, I can remember like it was yesterday, I was like, because my mother's car is hit. My mother's car is hit. But I never said it, so I could just remember myself, crying myself to sleep, crying for my mother. So what I have realized that even as an adult, I tend to take on problems for other people. I cry for them. When they hurt, I hurt. And, you know, so a lot of people judge me on being emotional, but that's just who I am. I can't change who I am. I'm an emotional person. I care about people and I care about people's feelings, and, you know, it's just something that has always been a part of me, and honestly, it's not going to go anywhere.
Devonta, it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be overwhelmed with all this. Okay? You don't have to come to these sessions and be strong. I know this is a lot for you, because it's a lot when I hear you talk about it.
Although I love my therapist, but sometimes the sessions can be very draining, because she makes me talk about things that I don't want to talk about, or maybe I wasn't in that particular mental state, but after talking about it, it kind of makes me rethink some of the things that, you know, we talked about.
Because you got somebody here that cares about you and wants to hear what's going on inside of you. And it's not your family, it's not your friends, it's your therapist. So this is a time you could talk out. It may not be a solution to everything. I may not be able to hand you $1 million, but it's an opportunity to get it out and not carry it around with you. Do you feel suicidal?
No.
Do you want to kill yourself?
No.
Do you have a plan?
Huh? I didn't hear you.
You heard me.
You said you said something about a plan. A plan for what?
To harm yourself.
Oh no. Like I said, I'm very grateful for her, but she was really getting on my nerves. Kept talking about where you at. I need to know where to find you if you're trying to harm yourself. If I have a plan to kill myself. Like, I really hate that I even ever thought about doing that, or even, I don't want to say telling somebody, but I don't want that to be the first thing people think when I say I'm having a bad day, or things are bad, or I'm stressed out, because it's not an everyday thing that I think about.
If you did want to harm yourself, would you call so that you could go in the hospital?
No.
You wouldn't?
Nope, I tried that the last time. It wasn't a good experience. I asked them, I said I needed the address to check myself into a facility to possibly get help, because thinking about harming myself. And they act like they didn't know what I was talking about. So I got frustrated and I just hung up on them. I literally just drove around Atlanta for probably about an hour until I went to my office, and then I just slept on the recliner. And then I woke up, I was still feeling bad, but I didn't kill myself, so. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I love my grandmama so much, y'all. Like, she's like a second mother to me. And her house was always like a safe house. It was the only place that I felt that I can be myself. And she always believed in me. She always gave me opportunities that maybe my parents wouldn't have gave me, and she treated me like a human being. She didn't treat me like a child. Don't get me wrong, I stayed in a child's place, but she treated me like a person. And I just love my grandma so much. And with COVID and everything, and I just love my grandmama.
Y'all move that so she can see. Look at the dresser. Look. Look. And I know it though. It's your room. Look. I'm pretty. Vanessa said. Just sit down on there. Bonte came and out the window. Bonte had that working himself down. Bonte had working for him. I told him to take him. God, he's gonna get it done. Yes, everywhere.
All right. I just want to say that you are the best person that we all can ever ask for. You're kind, you're sweet. If anybody in this room, if they wanted something, if you had it, you'll give it to them. You always show love and you care. You don't. Shut up, Tricky. You don't discriminate. If anybody needed something, you always can go to Grandma for. They need a place to stay. They need something to eat. You'll give any of us your last dollar if you had to. And you'll do for us more than what you'll do for yourself sometimes. And you're the best person that I could ever ask for, the best grandma that I could ask for.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Give it again.
We want to give you this. No, this first. Just take this first.
That's the gift from all of us.
All of it. Jody. We'll explain that.
Just go ahead, y'all.
I kind of opened it already. Open it up. Hold it. Oh my God! Oh, that's so sweet. All that money. Ain't that? Let me help you count it, or you can count yourself. Now I let you. Oh yeah, Jody. And Jody too. Wait a minute. Oh, that $150 Jody already gave you. Jody that post. That's so sweet. You got me crying.
Y'all a bunch of punks. Y'all just crying.
We finna count. Yeah, let's all help her count this month.
All of us can help count. You just counted it.
One. Come on, everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4,
200,
6.
Hold it down.
Oh, baby. Grandma Pearl with the curls. That's my star. That's my angel. I'm gonna buy her that house that she wants. She has this loving heart. Like she probably won't have it, and she'll find a way to get it. She's always been that way. I didn't go to preschool, so she technically took care of me during that time, and she do anything in her will to try to help. Even if she don't have it, if she's in pain, she'll try to get up and help you, or she'll give it to you. Like, that don't mean call my grandma and ask her for anything. That just means that she has a helping hand, and she's just generous.
$930.
Cat. I love y'all so much. Oh, your money. I love y'all so much. That was my daughters, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids. I know how to. Go ahead. But I know y'all love me too, like I love you. I know y'all love me like I love y'all the same way. What I gotta do for y'all is right.
Don't even worry about that. What people?
I'm done for us. That's the thing.
You raise us up.
Yeah. That's the point. Is that you have done.
Thank you. You done did your part.
We are because of you.
You done raised us.
I'm gonna tell you something. None of us don't look skinny. So you fed up.
All of us.
But you know what, mother? Train and buy you some skinny jeans.
You know what? That's some boots with a little t-shirt. Let me say this right here. You know what? You don't need to do nothing else for us. You don't raise us, you've been there for us. You're a mom and a daddy to us.
Raise y'all kids.
You don't have to do anything for us. You don't raise us. I don't care if you do nothing. Just keep on this.
It ain't time for you to do that. We both do for us to do for you.
So, my grandma Pearl, I was like 11 or 12. And I wanted to go play bingo. You had to be 16 to play bingo. So my grandma, she was like, wear some clothes to make you look a little older. We gonna get you in there. They ain't gonna check nothing. That was just like a very good memory of my grandmother. And like, she taught me how to paint. Like, I feel like those are the things that have always been with me throughout the years. Or even just, my grandmama taught me how to survive when we didn't have anything. Like, she would cut some tomatoes and cucumbers up, put a little salt and pepper on it, and fix it. Or she'd get up early in the morning and fix breakfast. Like, I don't know, it's just those memories.
Oh my gosh, Devonta and his relationship with his grandmothers is so beautiful. I love to see how he is about, his family, but his mother, his grandmother, and the women who inspire him in his life, it just touches my heart. So like, you can talk about anybody else in his family, but you don't touch them grandmamas and that mama and that sister. And just seeing a man wearing his heart on his sleeve, and he takes care of them like no other. He will move mountains and stars for them. I love seeing that.
My grandmama is so special to me. I had to make sure that we make this birthday special. She's turning 80, and like a lot of grandparents don't even make it to 60 and 70. So just to have my grandmother turn 80, it really means a lot to me. And I wanted to make sure that I could show my grandmama that, she deserves the world. So I had to bring my girl Paige to come and perform.
You make my soul burning fire. You're getting to be my one desire. You're getting to be all that matters to me. And let me tell you, girl, I hope and pray each day I live. A little more love I'll have to give. A little more love that's devoted and true. 'Cause all I do is think about you. Yeah, baby. I'm thinking about you. Yeah.
The biggest thing for me in my life is to show my grandmothers and my parents that I can be somebody. I think the worst thing that would happen if I make it and my parents or grandparents don't see it. Like, I don't know how that would, I don't know how that would make me feel. Because I always go back to Kanye West, when his mother died, and he was like in the height of his career, and he lost his mother, and he went crazy. And I always think, like, if something ever happened to my grandparents, my mother, my dad, or anybody, I don't know if I even would want to be here. And I know that's selfish to say, considering all the times I already talked about commit suicide, but I don't know who or how I can get over that without at least giving my parents and my grandparents just something. And it's not even about money or material things. It's just showing them that, like, this is what y'all made. Y'all made me to somebody. I made it. And that's the reason why I go so hard is what I do. It's not for me. It's more for my mother, my father, my grandparents, my nephew, my nieces, my other nephews. It's for them to show that y'all can be somebody. Like, I want to create this thing of, this ideal of y'all can be whatever y'all want to be. So I pray to God every day, Lord, please just let me make it so I can show my family that I can do it. I can do it. And I know it's hard. And that's why I never give up. I never give up. No matter how many obstacles come my way, I never give up. I never give up. And I would never give up because I think about them every day. Every day. It's been times where I cry myself to sleep, like, Lord, please just help me. Just help me. Like, with my family has been through so much, and I just want to show them that my grandmama and my mother used to say, I feel like our family is cursed. And I always used to be like, our family is not cursed. I'm here. I'm going to prove to you that we don't need to hit the lottery. We don't need good luck. Like, I'm your good luck charm. When God made me, he made me to show y'all that we don't need all of that, because I'm it. I'm it. And I have always felt like that ever since I was a child. I have. And I pray to God that if he can do one thing for me, is just let me make it so the people who I love and care about can see it. And that's on everything. On everything. My grandmama Ann, oh my God, she is like a friend. Like, I can talk to my grandmama Ann about everything. My grandmama Ann, she's like the jazzy girl. My grandmama Ann still goes to the club. She's 70 years old today, y'all. She just turned 70. And she's still jazzy girl, pretty girl. And she just, I love her so much. My grandmama Ann party was like a 16, sweet 16 was a sweet 70, but it was like a sweet 16. She got on that dance floor and she wouldn't get down. My grandma Ann, she's 70, but she'll drop it low. And Grandma Ann don't play. She don't play.
My granny turned 70 years old. Of course, they say I'm Granny Junior. The party was very amazing. I just thank them for putting the party together for my grandma, because she does a lot for everybody in the family.
It was real fun. All the older people was there. It was a good vibe. I got to dance with her. She didn't sit down. She stayed on the dance floor. We stayed on the dance floor. The food was amazing. The music was good. It was just a really good vibe.
It was life. Like, it was around a bunch of older people our age, because she wanted everybody to be there, like her grandkids, her nieces, nephews, just everybody in the family. So it was great. We had a good time. We laughed together. We partied together. Yeah, we had a great time together.
She'll have a little cocktail, and she'll get down on that dance floor. She'll be getting that thing, you know? So it's just like, I got the best of both worlds. I couldn't pray for better grandparents. I really couldn't. I promise you I couldn't.
Oh, Devonta and his grandmothers, y'all. I have never, like, he could just cry at the thought of how much he loves them. So it's like, I wish I would have been able to have that same, like, I love my grandmothers too. Both of them have passed away now. But it's like just that love and that strong desire just to be successful so they can see and be so proud of him, which I already know they're super proud of him because he's amazing. But the love he has for them is like unheard of, and it's very, you know, it touches my heart that he's just so fond of them and the special relationship he has with his grandmothers.
When I saw my uncle in the hospital, it was sad. And I already know I'm an emotional person, so I shed a few tears, and I'm just like, man, he's really gone.
When Lamar passed, it was just shocking. It went like, it was something that we expected. And I was like, oh no. And the only thing you could do was like remember the times that we had with him, because he was like life of the party when it was time to dance. Like, baby, we knew his favorite dance. And baby, he used to we used to crack up when he used to do that little dance. He go all the way to the floor with it, bring it back up and be cheesing. Yeah, so it was fun to be around him.
So the last time I saw Lamar, it was at my grandmother's birthday party. He was getting that thing too.
He was happy. He was dancing in a good mood, as he always is. Just been Uncle Lamar.
I had my own thing going on, and it just added something else to it. And it just didn't seem real until I seen him laying in the hospital bed, and the next day they pulled the cord.
So being awake with my family is kind of weird, because right now I'm very depressed. You know, just had surgery, really ain't worked for real, bills behind. It's like typical Devonta story. But I also feel a sense of comfort. You know, like just comfort. Like I was on that water, and I was just thinking like, thank you God. Thank you God for this opportunity to be on this water with my family, you know? It's just, I don't know, like, my life is kind of weird. Like I can be down and depressed, but then God would do something or just something to be like, I got you. So, my grandfather died a month after his little brother died. And a lot of emotions went through my head. Like, seeing my dad loses his uncle, who was only just a few years older than him, and then his father dies just a month later. It's just like, damn.
When I found out my granddad had passed, I was real hurt. I didn't really know him growing up, but when he came to stay with my dad, I tried to build a granddaughter relationship with him. When he got put in a nursing home, it was really like, well, dang, because I didn't really know him like that. So like I said, I was trying to build a relationship with him.
I was kind of hurt because I had just talked to my mama, and she was like, hey, you need to go up there because they saying that he got 24 hours to live. So I was tired, just got off work. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see him tomorrow. And she was like, I'm telling you, you need to go on up there because it ain't looking too good. So me being me, I'm tired. I said, I'll just go tomorrow. So she called me back and she was like, it ain't looking too good. So I'm still tired. I'm laying in the bed. I'm thinking, this is my mama being over dramatic. He'll be there tomorrow. And then I wake up and he was gone. So I was like real hurt about that I didn't get to go see him and say my last goodbyes.
Mieja called me and she was like, Granddad gone. I just couldn't stop crying because I just lost my uncle. I just lost a real close friend to me. I just felt lost and felt like I was being punished because the people close to me was leaving. It was like my short time being with my granddad, living in the house with him, to him getting put in a nursing home. It was like everybody was leaving, and it just kind of broke me a little bit.
when we got that phone call that was bringing him home, I was real excited because as he was in a nursing home, I tried my best to go up there every time my stepmom went to go see him. So I tried to go up there to go see him.
Here I am, 32 at the time, or 31, trying to kill myself, and these people who fighting for their lives and didn't want to die, I'm assuming. And it just kind of put things in perspective. Like, I really didn't want to die. I just didn't want to feel the pain that I was feeling. Or I wanted somebody to take that dark cloud away and put a sun over that dark cloud.
For as much as it had pleased the Almighty God to take out of this world our deceased brother, we commit his body to Mother Earth, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
So losing my grandfather, it was a very sad moment in my life. Like, we was there that night, and then he was, alive, and then 5 o'clock the next morning, it was like he was gone. Like, you could be here literally one day and then be gone. So, y'all, my sister is, I have said this several times, she is another one of my favorite people in the world. She's a very strong woman. She's very strong. And I don't know many women who can still have a smile and get up day and do the things that my sister do with a smile on their face when they don't been through what my sister been through. So I would do whatever I can to make my sister happy. So this birthday party was very, very important for me. Just to show my sister that I love her. Lately, I have been a little absent when it comes to family gatherings and family stuff, just because I worked so hard in trying to make this career reality. If I had $2 in my bank account, if I needed whatever I needed to do, I had to make this party happen for my sister.
Because the previous weeks I was going through a lot. Like, I didn't really have anything planned for my birthday. I didn't really want to do anything for my birthday due to the fact that I went to the doctor and they told me that I could possibly have leukemia. So I was just like, huh. So prior to this party, I see all my friends there. I done cried too.
She's a very good person. She's a very good person. And some of the things that she done been through, she don't deserve it. My sister is a very good person. Very good person. And I just want her to be happy. And I want her to just be happy. I mean, my sister, she done been through so much, y'all. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was just very important for me to have this party for her. It was just very important for me to have this party for her.
And I want y'all to know my daughter is the best. She do anything I ask her to do. She don't never say no to nothing. If I call her, she there. We talk 24 hours a day, baby, even while she at work. She gonna answer that phone and we talk good. But hey, the people that's on her job, y'all didn't hear that part. Okay? But yeah, my baby, she's a good mother, and she always there for others. If she can, she will be there for you. She's sweet. She's a wonderful daughter. And y'all know what? We planned her. We planned my baby. We didn't stop until we got her. But I love her so much.
Lord, where you at?
I love her. And I won't do nothing to hurt her. I love my baby. I love her. I love her. I love her.
But y'all, Brittany is the best. And I love you. I'm trying not to. But you take care of them kids.
16 now.
Yes. All 16 of them, y'all. But she the best. Y'all, she the best mama. She go through what she go through with a smile on her face. If you only knew the struggle that she go through that we don't know. You deserve everything and some more, baby. And I love you, and you just keep on with that smile. Turn around. Put the camera on, y'all. Turn around, put the camera down. Ha! There it is. Bring the camera right down. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah. Hey, Brent, now turn around and do me. What I do? Drop that mic, please.
So my family and myself, we get emotional because my sister have had so many roadblocks and some health problems and things with her kids and, you know, personal things that I let her share if she wants to share it. But we all know what type of heart that my sister has, and you don't want to question God, but you can't help to ask, like, out of all the people in the world, like, why do my sister have to go through this? Like, there's so many people that does crazy things to people who don't even want kids, who don't even care about kids, who don't do anything. But my sister, she do everything for her kids. And for some of the things that she's experiencing it's unreal. I just never, as a child, I always see my sister as a strong child and bubbly, and she's gonna make it far in life. But I just never knew the roadblocks that would come. My sister's such a good person. She really is, y'all. I'm not saying that because she's my sister, because I don't sugarcoat shit for nobody, but my sister is truly a good person, and I thank God for my sister. I really do. And she's just a very good person.
My life started to change when I was 20 weeks pregnant. I was planning a gender reveal for the baby before Raiden. And we get there, I'm with my cousin Jasmine. So we go in the room, they do the heartbeat. And the lady said, I don't hear a heartbeat. When Dr. Daniel comes in the room, and he's telling me that I need to take baby aspirin, you know, everything you're supposed to do while you're pregnant. And the lady tell him I didn't hear a heartbeat. So he sends me to Dr. Collins' office, and the lady looked and she shake her head no. So she look at me and she say, it's no heartbeat. So then I look at Jasmine looked at me, and then I just started crying.
I was sitting there like puzzled. It was heartbreaking to see someone that's close to you going through something that you can't even imagine, because I couldn't even imagine going through something like that. And at that moment when they told her that they finally didn't really hear a heartbeat and it was nothing else could be done, and she had to schedule her next doctor appointment to still have the baby.
You still got to push this whole baby out. You know, you just go through the whole process of doing a funeral and all this. So that was really hard for me. So, I mean, you know, stuff happened. Maybe that wasn't the baby for me. You know, I mean, I still think about it to this day. But then if I would have had that baby, I wouldn't have Raiden. So I look at it as a sort of kind of blessing. I don't know how to explain it. But, okay, so I have that baby. I'm depressed, and when I get depressed, I sort of kind of block the world out. I don't talk to nobody. I don't interact. I don't go to family functions. I just shut down all the way. This is months after I lost Riley. I started feeling sick, and I'm peeing out blood, which I took a bladder infection medicine because I thought I had a UTI, and that makes your urine turn red. So I'm thinking like, that's just the medicine. I get to the hospital and I told them what I took, And they was like, no, baby, this is not what you think it is. This is blood coming from your bladder. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't take, So they telling me that like my blood is low. I need blood. I need iron supplements. And I'm really weak. So my stomach's hurting. I'm in excruciating pain. And so they telling me that I'm gonna be okay. But my mom's side of the family swear that RMC is not doing enough for me. So they get me sent to Birmingham. I stay in Birmingham for 5 days, 5 to 7 days. They think I have sepsis. It's an infection in the blood where you can really die from. So that's what they treated me for the whole time I'm there. But I'm still paying blood and they still giving me blood. So it's like I'm still losing all this blood. My mom, my dad, they was there with me the whole time. They send me home, still not knowing what I was in there for. So we get there, I get home, I get to work, and I get a phone call. And the lady said, well, we sent you some medicine in. So I asked, I said, well, what is the medicine for? She said, yeah, we talked to your blood doctor, and she figured that you have an autoimmune disease called lupus. I didn't know too much about lupus. I know my Uncle Lamar's wife had it, and I think she passed away from it, but I wasn't too sure. But that's what was going through my mind at this point. I'm finna die again. This is what I'm thinking. I'm finna die. This is what she died from, so yeah, I'm gonna die. But I do my research, and it's not as bad as I was making it seem. I mean, I have lupus, but it don't affect me like it used to. So we got the lupus under control, and I'm fine. I thought.
So when she called me and let me know that, she have to go in the hospital, she have to have rated early due to different circumstances and different reasons, I was puzzled because of previous things that happened. I was like, dang, it's pretty early. There's no way that they can give you meds to try to see, could it hold your labor? She's like, no, he's coming.
He came 10 weeks early. It was the worst day of my life. The pain was excruciating, but just seeing him come out peeing, he came out peeing. Well, I didn't get to hold him on the first day because they rushed him to the NICU and all that. He was 3 pounds and 1 ounce. Being at that hospital, it was like another place of peace. Being that I was going through a lot at that time. Raiden, he is I love all my kids, don't get me wrong, but he is my star child. Raiden have cerebral palsy, with autism, and he's the sun of my sky, I guess. And I don't know, he's just Raiden. That's how you can explain him. He's just Raiden.
Raiden.
Look,
Raiden.
I'm trying to ignore you.
Raiden.
You bad about ignoring somebody.
Hey. Raiden.
Look at Devonta.
You can walk backwards too? Raiden.
So I go back to my blood doctor a few months ago, and I'm thinking she's just gonna tell me, take your iron supplements. Your iron's still low, blase, blase. I get there and she tell me, well, Brittany, your white blood cells is low. Okay, you tell me that every time I come. I get there and she's looking at me funny. So she say, no, this is a little different. So I'm looking at her like, how different? I got lupus. You done told me that. What to do? So she say, well, she showed me the stuff on the tablet. She said, this is low and this is low. So we're gonna have to do a bone marrow. something like bone marrow. Those are for people who have cancer. And she said, yeah, if we have to do that, 9 out of 10 that the test results will show that you have leukemia.
She called me all nervous, acting like she about to die. I'm like, girl, you okay? You okay? God got you. You okay?
And I called my mama, which I wasn't gonna do. I said, well, no, I'm not gonna tell her right now. Then I said, well, I'm gonna tell her. Then I said, no, I'm not gonna tell her because she's going through what she's going through. And I said, well, I need to tell her because if I crock over, they need to know why I'm crocked over. So I called her, and when I told her, it's like she didn't know what I said. So I had to repeat it. I repeated it 3 times, I remember. And she said, well, she said, maybe it's not what they think it is. And I said, I don't know. I said, my luck don't be good when it comes to stuff like that. I kept telling her that. And she said, no, all we're going to do is we're going to pray about it. You're going to be okay. That's what she told me. So, okay, I lied to my job and told them that I was out because I had COVID. I go to the doctor, to the urgent care, to get a doctor's excuse, to go back to work. Come to find out I did have COVID. So I got to go sit in the room for 10 days. This is around the time where you have to sit in the room for 10 days. So I put my kids in one room and I go in the other. I'm sitting in this room and I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I got COVID and I got leukemia. So I'm finna die. So I called my mama. No, I called my mama and I couldn't hold it. I just started crying. And I told her how depressed I was, and she cried with me for a minute, and she told me I was gonna be okay. And then she called my auntie on the phone, my auntie Tina. And my auntie was like, well, just wait to the doctor. Just wait and see what they say. But of course, that's easy to hear from somebody else, but when you're sitting in a room for 10 days, that's all you're gonna think about. So my anxiety started going bad. So I'm starting thinking like, I can't leave my kids on this earth with nothing. So I'm calling every insurance company. I think I called like 5. 4 of them turned me down because of my lupus. And one finally, it took a month for them to accept me. And so I got that straightened. So I'm calling all my friends and I'm telling them, hey y'all, they say I got leukemia. And I mean, all my friends, I love all of them to death. And only one of them, all of them said stuff touching, but one of them stuck out. Kalika, I don't know. We stayed on the phone for hours. And it was just something about what she said. She was like, Brittany, you're going to be okay. And we cried for a little bit. But after that day, I just knew.
She started expressing how she felt about if she do have it. I'm like, you can't speak that into existence. We have to wait till the results come back. We never know. So until the results come back, we're just gonna pray about it. And even if things don't turn out the way you want it to turn out, at the end of the day, God have the last say so.
After the party, after the day, I called everybody. I talked to Jasmine every day. So I think I'll be okay. I'll go back in August to really find out.
I'm trying to express to you how special you are to me. You've done something for me that was one of the sweetest things somebody ever did for me in my life. It was off guard, and it made me cry. It was real touchy to my heart. It's like you knew my heart. And I don't know. You're just an amazing person, bro. You can call me for anything. I don't even like give people shit. I really don't. But Brittany, you can call me for whatever, baby. Whatever.
In order to overcome obstacles in your life, you must understand the why. It's very important when you're in a dark place. Whenever you're feeling down, feeling like you want to give up, look at the reasons why you should go on. I have truly overcome the thought of killing myself and understanding that no pain lasts forever, but death is permanent. I'm still overcoming a lot of things in my life. I'm also realizing that there's a thin line between self-centered and self-full. Family is my #1 reason why I would never give up. Things happen to you in life that you never anticipate. And many times when those things happen, you want to give up, but don't. Life is 10% of what happened to you and 90% of what you do about it. Success and failure are slow processes, either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details, understanding that nobody is going to take care of your business better than you. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday to see what happens to Devonta next.